Alright, we're live with another kettlebell workout. And walking man walks. Four or 5 days into the new year now. Doing my kettle squats. 3 sets. 10 to 15 reps. Set up my new, just out of the frame, pull-up bar. I got work to do on it though, but maybe get a bar eventually. Everybody worn out from the holidays. After this, I'm going to finish my waterfall video. That should be out soon. Hello, one person. Hey man, what's up? Bayo. Cool puppet. What's up? Thanks. Keep up on the hard work. I'm trying. Holidays are over. Time for a new year. Start over again, right? One more set of kettle squats here and then move on to push-ups. If you guys are new, go ahead and subscribe. Walking Man Walks channel. I do most of my lives while I'm working out, but my channel's about living in the Philippines, traveling, Southeast Asia, living in Colorado. I do some videos there too. Moving on to some kettlebell deadlifts for the hamstrings. Lost connection there for a second. Lost my one viewer too. Person. I was reading some good scientific studies over the holidays on working out, and the new consensus is that you don't have to lift heavy weights to grow muscle. Even if you lift light weights with a lot of reps, basically what you need to do is work out till failure, till it's hard to do. And it works to grow muscle. And of course you have to eat enough protein. The older you are, the more protein you have to eat. Kettlebell deadlifts. Really feel those deadlifts in the butt and hamstrings. Thanks for the thumbs up, the like. Started a gift goal of 10 if anybody wants to give gifts. You don't have to. Thanks, man. Subscribe. Thanks for liking my channel. That totally helps. Keep up the work. Thank you. Love nails. Love nails, huh? Okay, moving on to push-ups. Guys who are new, go ahead and subscribe. Walking there once. I do mostly my lives while I'm working out, but I have videos about other stuff. If you're interested, my dating life, which here in the Philippines and around Southeast Asia, but I kind of ended. I have a fiance now and a baby. Oh, this is just a cheap Lakers jersey from the market here in the Philippines. They cost like $2. Of course, it's fake. Okay, push-ups. My fiance always has like a laundry thing going on all over out here. Gotta love those push-ups. All right, 4 likes. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. I love it. What's up? Jason Smith. Oh, we share our last name. You from the Florida Smiths? That's where my dad was from. Maybe we're related. All right, happy birthday, Kenny. Oh, it's not your last name. That makes sense. It's Kenny Ryder's birthday. Happy birthday, Kenny Ryder. Rick Wallace. How you doing? Go and subscribe if you're new. How many of you guys are actually working out now? None, I bet, right? Like I said, this isn't really a fitness channel. I love working out, but I like doing lives and chatting with people. But I'm not the type of person that just sits around. So I don't so much like sitting around for an hour and just chatting. So I work out while I'm doing my live, and if that helps motivate you to work out too, that's great. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? How's that sound? Good? My Spanish? Mi español is poco. Alright, next set of push-ups. I read that if you do them with your grip a little wide like this and out to the side, it's better for your shoulders. That's 36 altogether so far. Not great, but coming off a week of holidays. Go ahead and subscribe. Ulysses Woods. How do you say subscribe in Spanish? Subscribe? Probably not. Sharky. How you doing, Sharky? Welcome. One more set of push-ups. And move on to some shoulders. Oh, a long one. Place called Ice Wall. Wallow come. I get it. You do? Whatever you're into, man. Show your muscles. You dunk. Hell no, I don't dunk. I'm 5'9". I'm not Spud Webb. My stream's about everything and nothing, but mostly I started the channel. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Started the channel traveling in the Philippines when I started coming here like 6 years ago in the winters, because I'm a federal employee. I'm a federal ranger actually for the Bureau of Land Management out in western Colorado. I get furloughed every winter, so I travel, and that's how it started. But like I was saying, I like to do something while I'm doing the live, so I just do lives while I'm working out. Yeah, 67. I know I still don't get that, maybe because I'm a Gen Xer. I don't know. And everybody wants me to say 67. I'm pretty sure it means nothing, but we had dumb shit like that when I was a kid too. Gotta stay hydrated. Sorry, Troy, you're on a timeout. Stop asking stupid questions and acting like a jackass. You won't get put on a timeout. I used to be a school teacher. I know how to deal with sloppy little boys. Solo 2026. What does 67 mean? I mean, 69 was a big thing when I was a kid. I'm sure you know what that means. Where am I from? Did you subscribe, Harrison? I live in the Philippines right now. In the winters, Colorado in the summers, but I'm from all over the place. I grew up in New York, Long Island, New York. Lived in Washington State, West Virginia, down in the South for a while, North Carolina. I spent a winter teaching in Africa. I spent 3 winters teaching in Chile. I'm a scrub. Okay. Okay. Time to move to upright rows. Trevor says I'm a scrub. I'm sure he's a real piece of work himself. Projection. You know what projection is, Trevor? You know how Donald Trump says the Democrats stole the election and it was him really trying to steal it? That's called projection. So you're probably the scrub, I'm guessing. What's my opinion on invading Venezuela? Well, actually my Spanish teaching partner or speaking partner in college was a Venezuelan. Great guy. And I also met Venezuelans when they fled the country in like 2017, 2018. I think that was when Chavez died and Maduro took over and their economy crashed. And those guys really hate the, communist / dictatorship regime. But some people, I think the poorer people, like my speaking partner in college, he was going to college in West Virginia with me. He came from a wealthy family. But either way, I don't think we should have invaded, and I think the reasons we invaded are so Trump's billionaire friends who own oil companies can make more money. I don't think he gives a shit about the poor people, just like he doesn't give a shit about the poor people in the US. I basically think we should not invade. I spent a lot of time in Chile, and I have many good friends there, and they went through hell after our CIA killed their prime minister or president in the 80s. In fact, one of my friend's families had to flee the country, and I've been to concentration camps in Chile that who was that general that took over? I can't remember right now. But we put a general in power there, and he started killing people. He was like a mini Hitler. So I'm against it, because who knows what's going to happen now. We need to, let the Venezuelans work out their own problems. But we did it now, so now we have to deal with it. It's going to cost our country, I'm sure, trillions of dollars. And that's taxpayer money. That's not Trump and his rich friends' money. That's our money. I pay like 25% of my salary in taxes every year, and I don't get shit for it. I get foreign wars. So that's kind of how I feel. I mean, point out a country where we took over and, did regime change where it worked out well. Afghanistan, Iraq, Nicaragua. Yeah, we do need to fix the USA, that's for sure. Just double tap the Steam. Whatever that means. Yeah, we need to fix our own country. Well, I think, I suspect Trump is just distracting from the Epstein files, because, the new tranche of Epstein files, he's all over them. He's in there, getting hand jobs from 13-year-old girls that look like his daughter. So, I don't know. Not to mention he's practically dead now. He falls asleep at every meeting. The country's basically being run by a bunch of psychopaths. Stephen Miller. He's got his own private Gestapo. I should stop talking about this though, because this isn't a political channel. And people get upset. Do 10 burpees. Trevor Morris. I used to do burpees a lot. Yeah, I'm not a Biden guy either. Everybody thinks because I don't like Trump, I like Biden. I'm a Bernie Sanders guy, to be honest with you. I wanted Bernie Sanders in 2016. I want him in 2020. Biden I've hated longer than Trump because he's been in the political scene. You probably don't remember, but Biden was the one who pushed for laws to where you can't get student loans forgiven through bankruptcy. So, they pushed for a law because he come from Delaware, the banker state. Look at this, I'm talking politics again. When he came from Delaware, the banking state, This is the last politics I'm telling you. He came from Delaware, the banking state, and he pushed for laws to where when student borrowers, went bankrupt and couldn't pay back their loans, they can't get their student loans forgiven in bankruptcy. But a casino could get their loans forgiven in bankruptcy. Any big bank or company can get their loans forgiven in bankruptcy. And any credit card loan can get forgiven in bankruptcy. But Biden pushed for a law to make it illegal to, if you declare bankruptcy, you still have to pay your student loans, basically. And I hate him for that, for sure. Hey man, good please. Thanks, whatever that is. Hello, good sir, how are you? Okay, Trev, I'll do 10 burpees for you. I love burpees. Normally I don't do requests, but let's see. 10 burpees. You do 10 too, okay, Trevor? I suspect you can't, but what's that, 5? No problem. Now you do 10, or you're just a talker, like Trump. Just training for life. I'm a whitewater kayaker. I gotta stay in shape because when I run those big rapids, I want to be able to, roll up, survive. I'm in my mid-50s. I'm not quite in my 80s yet, but that's what I'm working out for. When I'm in my 80s, I want to be able to still kayak and stuff. But no, plus I have a 4-month-old daughter. See, I'm into whitewater kayaking. I just went last week. If you guys know what that is. Yeah, hopefully I'll live up to 100, thanks. Only 2. So, if you new guys, I live here in the Philippines. It's kind of cloudy today. This is my backyard. This is the West Philippine Sea. Some people call it the South China Sea. Those are all reefs. It's low tide right now. But you could go reef diving back there. Reef diving, snorkeling. When it's windy out, there's even pretty good surf. I take my kayak out there. I got a sup board too. Yeah, it's beautiful. Today's nice and cool too, so. You guys who just came on, go and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 3,000 subscribers. I've had my channel for 2 years. It's growing slow, but that's the way you want to grow. I've never had a video go viral yet. That's okay. I just want to hit 1 million subscribers at some point. At this rate, I'll be long dead. But if I live to 100, maybe. Okay. Now I'm gonna do, dips. I really like bar dips. I don't have bars right now. I'm gonna make some. I made this pull-up bar yesterday, but I gotta work on it still. Can you see that? Let's see. My pull-up bar I made. I gotta round these handles better. Put some tape on them because they hurt too much. Right now I'm just practicing 60 seconds of hangs. Because I haven't done pull-ups in a couple months since I belonged to the gym. And definitely, if you don't do pull-ups, you get bad at them quick. Yeah, I'm in Southeast, in the Philippines. Ronzo. Subscribe. What is that? At Roll Philippines. Okay. Only 2 genders, right? As far as I know. I don't really get into identity politics, but okay, dips. I love working triceps. Actually, it's not dip day, it's skull crusher day. For these, I always concentrate on keeping my elbows in, not out, but in. Gets harder and harder the more tired you get. No working triceps. Favorite muscle to work. Alright, 9 people still watching, sweet. Getting a haircut. Yeah, so guys, subscribe, please. I need 3,000. I'm like 200 away. Or 300? Not really obsessed with it, but you know. I see other guys with their Philippine channels that just talk about how bad it is here, and they get like 20, 30,000 subscribers. I notice on the internet, the more negative you are, the more subscribers you get. Or on YouTube, rather. I'm only on YouTube. I don't really have my channel on any other outlets. No Facebook. I don't advertise it on Facebook. Wagwan Unk. Wagwan? Tell me what that means. Hey, my moderator's here. Resolve. I already had to kick somebody off. Put him on a 24-hour timeout. So they asked me if I was trans. Which, yeah. Swap. Okay. Does that mean? Man, what's up? Okay. Not much. What are you doing, man? How's your day? Hi, Alex. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. My moderator, Rizal, is on there, so don't mess around now. Okay, second set. I really didn't feel like working out this morning, but it always motivates me when I start a live to get working out. Oh, it's only Alex and Rizal left now. Oh well. Let's see. 36 minutes. 20 more minutes. No gifts today. Oh well. 3 minutes. My half hour of gifting's over. All right, back up to 4. Last set of skull crushers. Kettlebell skull crushers. kettlebell swings. Man, those are a full body move. For sure. All right, back up to 6. Now chuck the weight across the room. I could, it wouldn't matter in here. It's all cement, but. Sorry. Even getting a cold. Drink some tea later. Throat coat. I always have throat coat on hand. It's great tea if you have a cold. And yes, occasionally I do get a cold. Very rarely in the Philippines here. I had food poisoning here once. It's probably the worst. What's up, Jack? Black tea, no sugar. Yeah, I drink green tea without sugar if I'm fasting. I fast every once in a while. Clean the immune system. I drink black tea sometimes, but herbal tea, whatever they call it. Just try throat coat. I can't remember the brand. Can't really get it here in the Philippines. You can on Shopee. I usually bring a box with me because I don't, if I'm here half a year, I won't even drink the whole box. I don't drink it that much. I eat these Fisherman's Friend a lot for my throat. They help with the dry throat. Nope, no military. Just a civilian. I work for the government. I'm a federal river ranger. It's like a park ranger, except I do it on the river. A lot of, ropes training and swiftwater rescue, all that stuff. Almost joined the military. I took the ASVAB in high school. I should have. I have a lot of benefits now, but my girlfriend talked me out of it at the time, and she was super hot, so I didn't go. Stupid. When you're 17, it's a fake Lakers jersey from the Philippines. You get them down at the market for like $2. Yeah, I'm in the Philippines. George. Okay. Are you asking? No. If you tell me you are, that's fine with me. Creed. I will play with you. The Seal Lion 360. Oh, it's spin around. Yeah, I'm a park ranger for the Bureau of Land Management. And I'm what they call career seasonal. I've been doing it for about 15 years. I started out first few years as a seasonal. Then I got career seasonal, which is permanent, which was like my dream job because you get furloughed every year. That's why I started traveling in the winters. And I even traveled before that. I was like a traveling teacher for a private school, a kayak academy. But yeah, so that's why I'm in the Philippines. I get furloughed every year for 4 months. And this year we had the whole government furlough, so I had extra time. And I go back in a few months and go back to work for 8 months or so as a ranger. You know, I'm not a park ranger like an NPS park ranger. I don't do like tours and stuff like that. I do more like rescues and safety and swiftwater rescue. You know, I'm an EMT, all that stuff. So a lot of guys I work with are veterans. Yeah, it's pretty chill. Philippines women better than American women? Well, I've probably dated, you know, maybe 100 American women, and I never married any of them. And I have a Filipino girlfriend, my second Filipino girlfriend, and I'm engaged to her. I've dated African women, Chilean women, Ecuadorian women, you know, because I traveled so much. Yeah, the middle school math teacher did not. Yeah, we have a search and rescue, mountain rescue team that's volunteer that works with us. He probably did that. That's how one of the ways I started is I went to college in Gunnison, Colorado, and I was on the volunteer rescue team just for something to do because other than partying all the time, there's not much to do in college. Well, in your schoolwork. Yo, Flame. What's the cost of living over here? A lot better than the U.S., if that's where you are, or Europe. I have this, I'll go over it real quick. I do this a lot on my channel. If you subscribe, I have a couple of videos. They're older on what it costs to live here, but this is what they call the solar in the Philippines. It's like just the outdoor hangout area. I'm right on the water here. See my backyard, go kayaking, whatever. And behind that window there is the apartment. I can't go in there now, my baby's sleeping. But that's like, got the air conditioning and you know, that's where we sleep. And there's a kitchen there too. They call this the dirty kitchen. So it's the outdoor kitchen because Filipinos cook a lot of fish and stuff like that stinks. So it's nice to have an outdoor kitchen. And this is my gated garage thing. That's a Ford EcoSport, a car that's not really available in the US. My little scooter for running back and forth to the store. And then in here, there's a 1-bedroom apartment with a TV and another kitchen and a bathroom and all that. And then I have this door is a storage room. And this is my office where I like shoot some videos and do all my editing. And I also am starting a job soon teaching online. And this whole place, so you asked the cost of living, I pay $200 a month for this place, $30 for high-speed internet, and then another $100 for electricity to run my air conditioner in the apartment there basically all day, every day. Because, you know, it's the Philippines. So, there you go. Yeah, I'm living pretty good. I'm gonna move here full time eventually when I retire. Aren't I too old? Too old for what? I'm in my mid-50s. To be so cute. Yeah, that's what a lot of the girls say. That's another thing, guys. If you come to the Philippines and you're my age, don't listen to the naysayers. Girls don't just want you for your money. I'm a BLM river ranger. My base salary is $58,000 a year. I started at like $40,000 a year, so I'm not rich by any means. But girls here don't just want you for your money. First of all, they really love Westerners because we're different. Just like you go anywhere else in the world, they love Westerners because you're different. Like it was the same in Africa, same for me in Latin America, except my Spanish is terrible. And you have girls in the Philippines just approach you because you're white, and I'm not saying that as a racist thing. They really admire white skin, but they also like black guys here too. They just like anything that's different. It's not like the U.S. here. Everybody's Filipino, so everybody, and this isn't racist either, but a lot of Filipinos look similar, So you come here, and also they love older guys. Like, if you're in your 50s like me, you could date girls in their 20s all day if you want to, It's just the way it is here. They have mad respect for their elders here, so it's not like the U.S. where everybody's always like, oh, you're too old for this. People have been telling me that since I turned 30. You're too old to do this, you're too old to do that, Yeah, we like Asians in the U.S. I had this girl, Sumi, Japanese girl in high school I was in love with. I never got a chance to date her, but Filipino girls, they're also, if you like more traditional girls, which I found, I like dating girls in the West. This is another fallacy I always hear about, that, oh, you're a loser because you can't get girls in the West. I never had any single problem getting girls in the West. Even as I got older, I always, I had a girlfriend basically right up until I had this girlfriend in the Philippines, The problem with my girlfriend in the States was, she had a kid, she had an ex-husband, and he was a psychopath, and he was constantly trying to manipulate her, and it was just a complicated, relationship, Yeah, I feel you, man. Alien name. I got no problem getting guys either. I suppose not. Gay guys have always liked me, but I've never tried that side of the coin. I'm sure you would want me to, but yeah. Thank you. I take that as a compliment that I look young. But I've been taking care of myself, working out, eating good. I haven't eaten fast food in 20-something years. So take that for you. Well, I haven't drank soda in more than 20 years. I learned at a young age that, food is life and life is food. What you put into your body is going to reflect on the outside. So my prostate has no problems. Fantastic, good for you. Did you get I take no medicine. I hardly ever go to the doctor. My prostate's not bulging, no. I have a 4-month-old baby here with my fiance, so I have no issues in that department. Okay, I'm gonna do arms and then I'm gonna quit, guys, because I gotta go tend to my little family here. And I love these questions. You guys have more questions about dating in the Philippines. You want to come to the Philippines? Get on my channel, sign up for my Buy Me a Coffee, which is in the comments. Then you can call me on WhatsApp. One thing though, I I will admit, if I would have known how it is here in Asia, I started traveling in the 90s when I was in my 20s, early 20s. 96, I think, was the first time I left the country to Ecuador, and it was great, but if I knew how Asia was, as far as dating, I would have come here in my 20s for sure. Because, man, I would probably get a disease though, so coming here in my 40s and 50s, more into dating just one girl. But if I wanted to, I could date 50, and that's not even an exaggeration. So you young guys, if you're sitting there in the US and girls won't date you because you don't have a big enough bag or whatever, buy yourself a ticket to the Philippines. Once you get here, it's cheap to travel around, live. And don't stay in Manila if you come. I live in what they call the province up here, 12 hours north of Manila. That's where you meet the best people. Have I saved people? In my job. Yeah, every year. I save people who have bad car accidents, drive off the cliffs, almost drown, and also the river I work on, which is the Colorado River, I don't save people. I have to sometimes we have to haul dead bodies out of there. I think it was the year before, every year there's, 1 to 4 deaths on the river of people fishing, because people misjudge. When the spring melt-off comes, high water, people will go, that's usually in June, and if it's a big snow year, the water will get really high, and the rapids turn really big instead of like normally how small they are. And people come out, and they came out August, 10 years earlier, and in August the water's really low, and they don't think about, oh, it's high water now, and they just put their raft on. We had 3 fishermen not wearing their life jackets last year, 2 years ago, and they went down in June. It was high water. For like me, it was easy, but for somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, they flipped over in the biggest rapid on the river there, and 2 of them drowned and 1 of them survived. And it took us a year to find one of the guys' bodies. And we didn't even find him. A fisherman found him, mostly eaten by fish at that point. Trout, they eat flesh, so. Yeah, so I do rescues. I find people that are missing on the river. Every year somebody takes too many drugs and gets lost in the, it's not just the river, it's the whole canyon around the river. There's hiking trails, climbing, mountain biking. So any of those people go missing or get hurt, I gotta go get them or call search and rescue and have them help me. We have 4 or 5 of us rangers depending on the year, but I'm the lead ranger. So most of the stuff's my responsibility. Black women named Bermucia who work at McDonald's. That's very specific. Every race has people who suck, so meanwhile James Bond over here on the kettlebells. Yeah, I'm cool with the helicopter guys. I have to call a helicopter every now and again. That's only if somebody's really hurt. We're about 45 minutes from the nearest hospital, but if somebody, I think, like they're bleeding out inside, I call a helicopter, get them to the hospital in Denver in 30 minutes or less. What's up, NGA? Can you shout out me? Rocky does stuff. Okay, shout out to Rocky does stuff. 0420. I take it you smoke weed? You know, I live in Colorado, so I like a little weed every now and again myself. I prefer to eat it mostly these days, but I don't really drink, but I'll do a little marijuana. Take a couple hits off a doobie every once in a while. Not here in the Philippines though. It's highly illegal. I've never tried it here, but I would imagine it's like really shitty weed. They don't know how to grow it. My fiance's dad, who died young, a lot of Filipinos do, used to smoke all the time. He grew it himself in the mountains, but I wasn't with her then. Cocaine's a big problem here, I think. That's what I hear anyway. They call it Sheba or Shiloh or something like that. Say grenade 0 times fast. That Hershey kiss don't weigh shit. LFG boss. Hello Castro. Are you related to Fidel? Okay guys, that's my hour. Like I know I always say I'm going to schedule these and I never do, but I'm going to try and schedule them. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new so you get my schedules, and I will see everybody next time. Thanks for the likes and all the love. And if you guys have any questions about the Philippines, dating in the Philippines, living here, any of that stuff, get with me on my Buy Me a Coffee. Okay, Open D. Frederick. Go ahead and read his message. I went to an orphanage in Kenya when I was there. All these babies they had, and I left all the money I had in my pocket there at the time, which was several thousand, whatever the currency is there. But all these babies and young kids whose parents died of AIDS, and all the kids, you know, were HIV positive. We have a GoFundMe page. Yeah, put it in the comments and I'll share it. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.